What's up guys, Woo here, back again with another Division 2 build video guys. In today's build, this is a subscriber shout out request. This is Jonathan Franklin asking for a build. He did want guys something to do with the artillery turret and the Oxidiser, see what I could work out, and I tried, and guys, yeah, sorry Jonathan, it's okay. And I don't want to give you an okay build my friend, so I'm giving you this build, which is out the box, which is definitely Woo style and works a dream. So guys, this is a legendary content build for group synergy. Now, don't use this solo. I've tested this DZ solo, control point solo, and it's kind of okay at best. It's okay. Yes, some nice heals and nice damage, but you will garner much more from having 2 damage skills in solo content. So guys, if you're looking for a solo build, this one is not the one for you. However, in a group play and for the hardest content, this is an exceptional build. So let me just go through this now guys. This is a superb utility build. So if you enjoy this one, you know what to do. Thumbs doodle, that helps me, helps the channel, helps the video get a bit of traction and get within the YouTube algorithm. So make sure you drop that thumbs doodle. And of course guys, if you're new to the channel, drop the woo bomb on the sub button, ding the bell to be notified when I upload my content. Guys, let's move this. Peeps, here goes. This is my future initiative skill damage build. Yes, guys, I said again, future initiative, healer gear set, skill damage build. Now, I'm rolling with technician. And again, the first problem that I have is I don't have an armor core attribute to replace a skill tier. I don't, guys. I know, curse me. I know, I'll go to hell and all that jazz, whatever. It is what it is. I don't have the right piece. I don't. But this is exceptional with or without. 726 armor works an absolute wonder in legendary content for me. I rarely go down, I don't have any issues, and I'm keeping people alive, and I'm buffing them for extra skill damage. And given guys that legendary content is all about skill builds, when you go into legendary missions, you will see 3 guys out of the 4 definitely enrolling with Seekers and Turret. That's just the way to go. So this is a little bit of a spin on that, because I'm keeping them alive and also I'm buffing their damage. So Technician, and I've opted for that because I get that 10% skill damage, nice buffer. What other options do you have for specialization wise? Personally, I think Technician is the only way to go. However, again, you just need that little bit of armor or a little bit of weapon damage for survivability or damage. Up to you. I don't. It is what it is. Something to work on, guys. So, future initiative gear set. What's that all about? So, I'm rolling with the 4-piece. The 2-piece bonus gives me 30% repair skills, which is nice because I'm rolling with a Hive Restorer. The 3-piece is 15% skill haste and 30% skill duration. Again, really good, but to both skills I'm using on this build. The 4-piece is ground control. Increases you and your allies' total weapon and skill damage by 15% when at full armor. When you repair an ally, you and all allies within 5 meters of you are also repaired for 60% of that amount. Awesome. It really is. So that extra 15% again is more than Overwatch. And you've got to stick your ass in cover for Overwatch. So guys, that 15% just need to be at full armor. Weapon damage and skill damage is nice. And also that nice little extra buffer for teammates who are not healed. They will still get a heal if they're in that 5-meter radius of you. It's pretty cool. I like this. So, is it a skill damage gear set? Then not really. Not really, because I've done a future initiative healer build, which is really great. And again, delivers so much survivability, so many hits. You're spamming heals for days, which works very nicely in any content. But for this build, I thought, screw it. I'm going to flip the notebook and I'm going to try again with skill damage and see what I can muster. And this is what I have. So the attribute, again, is skill damage and a 19% repair skills utility mod. I've gone for that instead of skill haste. Again, that 10 or 11.5% whatever skill haste you can throw on there. I've opted for repair skills, again, to keep me alive a little bit longer, to buffer my heal. That's it. And obviously that will also buffer your teammates. And that's why I've gone for repair skills on the utility mod. The holster is, again, the 2nd piece of future initiative. And guys, yeah, you've guessed it, 10% skill damage. The knee pads, again, 10% skill damage. And finally, the last piece of Future Initiative, guys, is the same. It's 10% skill damage. Now, the backpack is when we start to get to high-end pieces. And I've opted for 2-piece of Hana Yu, which is 10% skill haste, 10% skill damage. I think that's the best combo to go for because you've got the best of both worlds. However, if you're rolling with a little boomy skill, you know, a skill that goes explodey boom, then I would utilise perhaps Channel Light and Wyvern. That would also be an option. However, I am not. I've opted for the Assault Turret. So for me, that explodey boom isn't going to help. So I opted for 2-piece Hana Yu, which is skill haste and skill damage. In terms of the piece itself, it is skill damage, skill haste, and crit hit damage 11.9% mod, which is awesome. But the talent is perfect combined arms. Shooting an enemy increases total skill damage by 30% for 3 seconds. Now this is perhaps my favourite backpack talent for damage. You can't really go wrong with this. The good thing with this is that in legendary content, you guys know that you will, you are a feather in the wind. You take a few shots and you're down. The good thing with this build is you have the Hive Restorer, which will spam you heals. Heals for days. And then you have a nice Assault Turret that is putting in a really good shift of damage. In the range, I can get to about 220k damage on the Assault Turret. 220k. In legendary content with other teammates, I have got up to 250k damage on the Assault Turret per tick. So you can kind of garner how much work this is putting into the build. It's pretty top tier. So with combined arms, again, with that, shooting an enemy, yeah. So you need that for that extra 30% skill damage. An alternative I can offer is tech support, but again, you need to get that kill first to get the extra 25%. With this, just shoot an enemy in 3 seconds. And again, I'm pretty sure it's quite easy to pop a few shots into NPCs to get that 30%. But again, it is entirely up to you how you roll with this. Now, the chest piece is the second piece of Hana Yu, and I'm using skill haste, skill damage, crit hit damage as an offensive mod, and kinetic momentum. When in combat, each skill generates a stack while active or not on cooldown. Stacks increase your total skill damage by 1% and total skill repair by 2%, up to 15 stacks per skill, and it's lost when on cooldown. This is, for this build, the best chest piece talent. I just think it's amazing because it's benefiting your skill damage and your skill repair, which keeps your teammates alive. You know, when you roll in legendary content, I guarantee you will see your teammates running skill builds. That's what generally happens. 90% of the time they're running skill builds, and that's Seekers and Turrets or Drone and Turrets. I know, I've been there, I've done it, I get it. But what it's also nice is keep them alive. And in doing so, again, keeps them in the fight for longer. And again, that can deal more skill damage or more weapon damage, wherever it may be. So I like that survivability, that element of keeping you in the game. And the skill damage by 15%, we know they stack, so you will get some nice damage on this build. That's for sure. Now the weapons, primary weapon is all about the harmony. Again, why I've chosen that one, again, it's the skill builder's dream weapon. You see with this is rifle damage, crit damage, and damage to target out of cover. Perfectly in sync. Hitting an enemy grants 20% skill damage for 5 seconds. Using a skill or damaging an enemy with a skill grants 20% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Damage increases are doubled where both buffs are active at the same time. This is quite easy to keep buffed due to the fact you have 2 skills. One which is just going to sit there and just keep continually pepper NPCs, which is the Assault Turret. And then you have your healing skill, which is going to keep you alive and give you some nice fat heals. So you can pop more shots than what you would do if you don't have a heal. That's the option, the route I've gone down. And I think it works for me. And also benefits teammates. Because when you're at full armor, you are gifting 15% total weapon and skill damage for your teammates. And that's why I want to be at full armor. I want that nice little bit of a heal as well. So, and with that, again, it just boosts your damage output and your teammates' damage output, both ends. That's why I love this. And Perfectly in Sync works a treat. Survivability and damage using this weapon. In terms of mods, crit hit chance, rounds, and critical hit damage. My secondary is the Baker's Dozen. I use this only in legendary content because most of your firefights are from range, so it's nice to have a rifle that hits hard. So I've gone for the Baker's Dozen. I spend most of my time, around about 85% of my time when I'm doing legendary content using the Harmony, but sometimes it will switch when I want to cause some damage to this weapon. And I'm using the Talent Perfect Lucky Shot because my potato aim sometimes comes out and I don't want that to be shown. So again, I want to be rewarded for my poor aim. So that's why I'm using the Baker's Dozen. Mod-wise, critical chance, and optimal range. Sidearm is simply, if I run out of bullets, which I don't, but it's there because it's there, is the Maxim 9. That is for perfect spike. Headshots grant 25% skill damage for 15 seconds. If you're using, again, this in heroic content and you join and there's directives on where there's no ammo, then this is perfect to get that extra bit of damage on the assault turret. Or if you chose something different, the drone maybe, then that's some nice extra damage to boot. Now the skills. We'll start with the damage skill, and that is the assault turret. Again, with this build, I've opted primarily for skill damage. That's the key driver on the build, with a little bit of skill repair, just a little bit. That's enough to keep us alive. So there's not much skill haste. The cooldown is 15 seconds, which is still good. The damage is 130k, which is good. PvP damage, again, don't worry about PvP at all. It's not for PvP. Again, this is skill tier 6 build. I've got some skill duration as well, and that's because of the gear set Future Initiative. And in terms of the mods, 4.8% damage. The max is 5. You could, guys, yes, you could use the lovely jubbly Demolitionist, but how much you're getting back from that? An extra 3,000 damage. Is it worth it? I don't know, but that's something to bear in mind. Health and a max nice skill haste mod. Now, my primary skill is the Restorer Hive, and it's a refill speed of 2 seconds, which could be bettered if you have some more skill haste on the build. Then you have 36 charge, which is standard. There's 200k healing, which is okay. It's not bad. We know if you're running a healer, dedicated healer build, then you know what will happen. You will get 300, 400k heals, which is fine. With this is something a little bit different, and it's evident it works in legendary content. This will be buffered from the kinetic momentum chest piece, that's for sure. And again, once you buff the ally as well, due to the Future Initiative gear set, buff an ally and you and all allies within 5 meters will get that extra 60% of what you have given them through armor. So it's a nice survivability build, plus with some nice damage to boot. And in terms of the mods, healing, repair charges, and health. Now let's take a look at the stats. Now again, your weapons won't be doing a hell of a lot of work on this. Crit's going to be low, so this is a skill build, remember guys, but critic damage 83.5%. This has been elevated by the 2 offensive mods on the chest and the backpack. All weapons damage bonus 10%, and your rifle damage bonus of 25%. Now guys, skill haste, let's have a butcher's. Is fairly low, it's 55.5%. Again, you could get more if you go for just say Wyvern Wear, and again explosive damage through China Light, and again pieces that have utility mods, and guys, you can get another 11% per piece, so that could go to about 77-78%. Again, or if you want to expect more in skill haste, that's up to you. For me, I'm all about the damage. I want the damage, and that's what I've opted for on the build. So there's ways and means of getting this a little bit, or the skill haste percentage to be a bit higher, but again, it is at the, again, that lovely skill damage. You're going to lose that, and I'd rather the damage. I'd rather bank the damage, in all honesty, rather than an extra few percent skill haste. That's my opinion. So guys, let me just demonstrate in the range how this works. So you can see on the hood, I have one piece of kinetic momentum ready, active to go, and then I have the little nice blue emblem, and that is from Future Initiative. Now once I lose armor, because that now I am running at giving my teammates 15% armor, sorry, 50% armor, 50% weapon damage and 15% skill damage. It's nice. But if I lose some of this, you can see that goes, but also kinetic momentum pop, obviously that procs. So again, let's just get this here, let's just see the damage, what we're looking at. Let me just, there's 219k damage in the range. Let me just pop this. Let's look at the heals. That's two and a little bit. That'll give me from 0 to full, which is nice. And there's 240 8,000 damage on the assault turret. I have 2 skills doing the work. And I have my chest piece talent, my backpack talent, putting in a shift as well. 240k damage on the assault turret. And guys, remember, this is a skill build using a healer gear set. And I'm pushing out some nice sexy numbers. I'm not saying this is going to better a high-end build for assault turret damage. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is the possibilities are endless in terms of this damage. Because look at 240k, the pieces are quite nice. I've got 10% skill damage everywhere, that's great. So that's where I'm elevating that extra damage. But you know guys, this is brilliant for any kind of content. Damage and survivability is awesome on this setup. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. You see, I've taken away my high restore, which means the buffer will drop. So we just gets me back to 219k. Now, what happens when again I drop this? Again, I just, you'll see the damage increase. Well, it should increase to 240k. But this is what the build does. It hits hard, offers damage, offers survivability, and of course is a lot of fun. Legendary content. It's a doddle. Heroics is even more a doddle on this build. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Is this a build that you would use in PvE? Legendary missions, would you use it? But for your teammates, with an extra 15% skill damage and total weapon damage, I think it works and it's viable. More than viable, legendary missions. Of course guys, enjoy the video, Thumbs Doodle, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.